Next from Decatur, we hear from House Republican leader Tom Cross on his possible run for state treasurer, and hear why he thinks Republicans can win statewide, but have a hard time taking control of the Illinois House. This runs about 7 minutes.
Chapin Rose and Bill Mitchell, Adam Brown, and they were telling me how impressive this is. And you know, I represent Kendall County, a small little county with a good agricultural background. So I said, well, I'd take a trip down, and we're going to hook up with Chapin and spend some time out here today.
Now, is this part of the run for treasurer, getting out, meeting people?
I'm the House Republican leader, and I want to be supportive of the Farm Progress Show.
So you aren't running for treasurer?
Am I what?
You aren't running for treasurer?
No, we're going to make an announcement here in the next week or two.
And what the hell? Pardon me. What the hell do you know about being treasurer? You're a prosecutor.
Well, I think, and we'll talk about this in the next couple of weeks, but I think you need that kind of watchdog philosophy in that office to keep an eye on the finances. And we'll talk more about it in a couple of weeks.
Is it okay to leave the minority leader post when the Republican Party's not had the best luck electorally recently?
Well, look, I'm going to be supportive of if I leave that spot, and I told our caucus I was, so it's no secret. I'm going to be supportive of whoever that person is. I'll be there to help them with candidate recruitment, and we've done a good job already on that and raising money. And I'm a Republican. I'm going to help my friends, and they're my friends and caucus members and my colleagues, and I'll continue to do that. But people make changes, and that's how life works. But I will continue. I've always been a member of the Republican caucus. In my mind, I always will be.
Tom, two things. One, would you back someone, or are you going to let it open to your caucus to be elected? And let's take that one first.
I believe it's appropriate for me to not endorse, and I've stayed out of it. I think it's. I don't like the idea of somebody handpicking a successor. I don't like that really in any role. If I don't run for the General Assembly, there'll be somebody that'll run, and the public will make that decision, and our caucus will make that decision.
And then also, as far as the pensions and the ongoing effort to get a resolution, do you have any insights on that you could share with us?
It sounds like the old slow roll, and we're now getting close to year 4, I think, if we go into next year, and everybody in the world says we need to get it done, and this committee, unfortunately, is not moving, in my opinion, with any haste. And I think it means when you don't fix pensions, you don't have safe roads, you don't have safe communities, you don't have money for schools, you don't have money for parks. We got to get it done.
Do you think Governor Quinn's veto of lawmaker salaries slowed the process?
No. I think it got people's attention, and there's a question about whether you can or can't do it, and the courts will decide. But the conventional approach hasn't worked, and we need to get it done. We should have gotten it done a long time ago, and I don't think it slowed it down at all. I hope it moves it along.
What do you think of the details we've heard so far of the new plan? Half the COLA's half the rate of inflation, and contributions go down. Any thoughts on that idea?
I haven't seen anything in writing. The bottom line is we need to be substantive. The bill that passed out of the House would have knocked $2 billion off our payment next year. So you got to be you want to do something that's fair and reasonable, but you got to be comprehensive, and it's got to make a dent in this huge problem.
How much has it got to save?
Well, I liked working off Senate Bill 1 because it was something I had worked together with Elaine Neckarts on, but it's got to be substantive. It's got to be a very, very significant number.
We're hearing $18 billion out of the $100 billion on the current plan they're working on. Is that enough?
I don't think so.
What are the characteristics that would make up a good House Republican leader?
Green shorts, maybe a plaid shirt, and a pair of sunglasses.
It
would be like either doll or cross.
Does it have to be plaid?
I don't know that plaid, but it's kind of the color schemes that we have, Dave. You've got socks on, I don't.
I do. I go there. But I think we might have done this interview before. There is more to being the House Republican leader than leading the caucus on the floor. There's a lot of fundraising, a lot of picking folks who are going to win various races, and a lot of stuff. It sounds like it's kind of thankless, and a lot of it is out of the public eye.
It's a challenging job. I've been very fortunate to be able to do it. I'm a very lucky guy. I had the support of my caucus when I ran, and I don't take that lightly at all. But you've got a couple guys talking, Raymond Poe, Jim Durkin, both are good guys. I'm staying out of the race, but it's a matter of doing politics and policy, some hand-holding, and also being a listener. And that's, I think, maybe one of the biggest prerequisites of that job.
Yeah, I'm guessing not everybody realizes that. Not everybody in the public, and gosh, maybe not everybody in your caucus.
Well, people have jobs. You have things in your job that we have no sense of about what you do, and we always say it's greener on the other side. But for all of us, whatever we do, it can be a challenge for us. But I want there to be someone successful. A lot of times in the minority, there are things you can't control. You can't control who's running for president. You can't control who's running for governor. And you are oftentimes the recipient of that, to the good and to the bad. It just depends. So I'm going to support whoever the winner is wholeheartedly, and we'll do all I can to make sure the caucus is working hard and thriving and doing what they can to make Illinois a better place to live.
Tom, what do you account for the success that Republicans had statewide, and like Judy DePinka and Dan Rutherford, and but not being able to take the majority in the House?
Look, I think they did. They did a very good job, and have done a very good job, among other things, not just being positive and substantive on policy, but they've done a very good job of reaching out into the ethnic communities, and they both did very well in the city, as did Mark Kirk. And whether it was the Latino community, the Asian community, the Polish community, I think you'll find as Republicans they did very well, and I think you have to applaud them for that outreach. And they're also very good on a lot of issues. They're good Republicans. They have Republican credentials, but to be able to reach out in this state is important, and that's the only way you're going to win.
Do you have any preference who gets a Republican nomination for governor?
Whoever can win in the fall. So, thank you guys. Thanks, everybody.
You're watching the Illinois Channel, an independent nonprofit corporation formed to provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of Illinois state government and other public affairs events taking place across Illinois.